Hello, this is Trisha Terrace from Concepto TV Breaking News Los Angeles. In the news, a long-time Los Angeles politician was convicted Thursday on a federal corruption charges in a scheme in which prosecutors said he promised to help steer a multi-million-dollar government contract to the University of Southern California if his son got a scholarship and a teaching job. Former Democratic City Councilman Mark Ridley Thomas, a one-time legislator, country supervisor, and fixture in local politics for decades, was found guilty in U.S. District Court of several felonies, including conspiracy, bribery, and fraud. The jury's verdict marked a stunning fall for a once commanding figure in Los Angeles County politics known for his involvement in civil rights and racial issues. Porn star Stormy Daniels in 2016. Trump is scheduled to be arraigned at 2:15 p.m. in Merchant's courtroom on the 15th floor at 100 Center Street in New York City. In addition to Trump's personal attorney, Joe Tacopia, a second source has confirmed that Trump has made arrangements with the district attorney's legal team to surrender without handcuffs. Detectives with the DA's office will handle the arrest. Law enforcement agencies, including the U.S. Secret Service, New York Police Department, FBI, New York State Office officers, and the DA's office will meet Friday afternoon to finalize details about the logistics and security of Trump's arrest. Prince Harry in London. Prince William, King Charles have zero plans to give a royal warm reception. Prince Harry made a surprise appearance in London, but a reconciliation with Prince William and King Charles III is not happening, royal experts insist. The Duke of Sussex was in court Monday as a lawyer for a group of British tabloids prepared to ask a judge to toss the lawsuit he brought with several other high-profile people. They allege tapping and other investigations of privacy. It is believed that the 38-year-old is staying with friends while in town. A source told Concepto TV in London. Harry's trip to London has one goal and one goal only. He is entirely focused on the legal cases he and Meghan Markle are pursuing against the UK press. Christopher Anderson, author of The King. Harry's trip to London has one goal and one goal only. He is entirely focused on the legal cases he and Meghan Markle are pursuing against the UK press. Christopher Anderson, author of The King, told Concepto TV London he apparently has no plans to try and smooth things over with his brother, William, or his father, the King. Anderson claimed that Harry's relationship with his family is deeply fractured following the publication of the explosive memoir, Spare, in January. In it, the father of two detailed his struggles with royal life. Even if Harry did wish to reconcile ahead of the coronation, it is highly doubtful he'd get a warm reception, Anderson shared. William appears to have thrown up his hands in disgust. Charles III is still furious over Harry's devastating portrayal of his wife Camilla as a villainous schemer in his bombshell memoir. Harry's presence at the High Court is a sign of the importance he attaches to the case, one of several lawsuits that Duke of Sussex has brought against the media. The hearing is expected to last 4 days. The case alleges Associated Newspapers, which publishes titles that include the Daily Mail, commissioned the breaking and entry into private property and engaging in unlawful acts that include hiring private investigators to bug homes and cars and record private phone conversations. They were the victim of numerous unlawful acts carried out by the defendant or by those acting on the instructions of its newspapers, the Daily Mail and the Mail on Sunday. attorney David Sherborne said in a court document. Missing in Mexico. FBI offers reward for information on kidnapped California woman. The FBI on Thursday announced a $40,000 reward for information on the disappearance of a California woman who was kidnapped last year in Mexico. Monica de Leon, 29, a U.S. citizen who was born in Mexico, has been missing since November 29 of 2022. Barba was kidnapped in Tapitlan, Jalisco, Mexico, while walking home from work with her dog, the FBI said. She was allegedly forced into a van while on her way to the gym called Fit for Life, according to a Facebook group advocating for her return. The group, Help Us Find Monica de Leon, has urged its members to call U.S. Senator Alex Padilla and U.S. Representative Jackie Speier on behalf of de Leon's family, asking the members of Congress to work with the State Department to assist the search for the woman. The U.S. Department of State and our embassies and consulates abroad have no greater responsibility than the protection of U.S. citizens overseas. A State Department spokesperson previously told us News Digital in response to a request for comment regarding De Leon's disappearance. The welfare and the safety of U.S. citizens abroad is one of the highest priorities of the Department of the State. Police union manager in California allegedly imported illegal opioids from India, Hong Kong, and Singapore. The office manager for a Northern California police union allegedly imported illegal synthetic opioids from India and other countries, and at least once used her computer and address and the union's UPS account to ship the drugs within the country, federal prosecutor said. Joanne Marian Segovia, executive director of the San Jose Police Officers Association, was charged with attempting to unlawfully import Verilil, fentanyl, and synthetic opioids, federal prosecutor said in a statement on Wednesday. If convicted, she can face up to 20 years in prison. Starting in 2015, Segovia had at least 61 drug shipments mailed to her San Jose home from India, Hong Kong, Hungary, and Singapore, with manifests that listed their contents as wedding party favors, gift makeup, chocolate sweets, and food supplements, according to federal criminal complaints unsealed on Tuesday. California cuts commercial Dungeness crab season short to protect whales. California will cut short the commercial Dungeness crab season to protect humpback whales from becoming entangled in trap and bayou lines, the State Department of Fish and Wildlife announced on Thursday. Commercial fishing will end on April 15 from the Mendocino County line to the Mexican border, the agency said. It will still be allowed in the waters of Mendocino, Humboldt, and Del Norte counties. California judge seeks to bar left-wing colleague from resentencing a cop killer. A liberal Los Angeles judge, leftist Facebook posts have surfaced in a remarkable court filing from a judicial colleague who is asking for him to be removed from the resentencing of a convicted cop killer. Judge Patrick Connolly has taken the unusual step of asking a court to disqualify a fellow judge, Daniel Lowenthal, from presiding over the case, alleging in a 186-page court document that he is biased in favor of the criminal. Lowenthal is the son of a former U.S. Rep, Alan Lowenthal, district attorney from California, and the same judge who last year declared a mistrial for a robbery suspect who argued he could not properly take notes in the courtroom because he was not getting enough sleep in jail. That led to a public spat with the Los Angeles sheriff, Alex Villanueva. Now he is handling an resentencing request for Justin Flint, who was convicted in 2007 of a felony murder for the death of Los Angeles County Deputy Sheriff Maria Rosa for his role in a robbery in her Long Beach driveway. Connolly, a deputy district attorney at the time, prosecuted the case before becoming a judge. The Sinaloa Cemetery: how drug traffickers show off their wealth in death with gaudy tombs costing up to $500,000. Culiacan: even death, Mexico's drug lords can't resist showing off their enormous power and wealth obtaining thanks to their murderous careers. In a cemetery on the outskirts of Culiacan, capital of the Mexican state of Sinaloa and home of the infamous cartel of the same name, some of the most elaborate and expensive mausoleums in the world mark the final resting places of dozens of former narcotraficantes or narcos. Costing up to $500,000 each and featuring gold-plated domes, Italian marble, and luxurious like Wi-Fi, air conditioning, and satellite TV, many of the tombs at Jardines del Humaya are like mini mansions. But the gaudiness of the cemetery 15 minutes drive from the center of Culiacan hides the grisly reality of the lives of many of their inhabitants. Concepto TV visited early in the morning because come the afternoon and evening, friends and families are known to hold parties for the deceased at their graveyards, grave sites, and some do not take kindly to visitors. Manuel Torres Felix Wright was a Sinaloan cartel capo known as the Crazy One for his violent rages. He was gunned down and killed by the Mexican army in October of 2012. His tomb left comes complete with a balcony and Greek pillars. Across an expansive of well-kept grass, however, all the ranks of much larger mausoleums, home to several former narcos. It's a way of showing off their power. It's a competition. Mine's going to be bigger than yours, is rumored. Mexican president deflects blame to U.S. for mass casualty fire at migrant detention center. Mexico's president promised to visit hospitals treating injured migrants in the border city of Ciudad Juarez Friday, where 39 men died in a migration detention center fire late Monday. President Andrés Manuel López Obrador said he was personally devastated by Monday's tragedy, but it appears he will bring little new with him in the way of migration policy during Friday's visit to Ciudad Juarez across from El Paso, Texas. I confess it hurt me a lot. It damaged me, López Obrador said before the trip. It ripped my soul apart, the president said. The Ciudad Juarez fire was the second most painful moment of his administration, exceeded only by a 2019 pipeline fire in the central Mexico town of Tlahuapan that killed about 135 people. However, it hasn't cost him much politically. Many residents of Mexican border cities mourn the death of the migrants in the Smoky Mattress fire set by some migrants to protest perceiving moves to deport them. But in Ciudad Juarez, many residents were fed up with migrants largely from Central America and Venezuela begging for change at street corners and blocking border bridges. López Obrador's visit to Ciudad Juarez was marked by anger over the deaths and group of migrants and their supporters. They tried to block the president's motorcade, leading to scuffles Friday afternoon. Eager to gain favor with the United States, López Obrador has made life hard for migrants seeking to cross Mexico to reach the U.S. border. He has assigned tens of thousands of Army troops and National Guard officers to retain migrants and allowed the U.S. states to return migrants from Venezuela, Honduras, Nicaragua, and Cuba to Mexico. But the U.S. has contributed little to helping Mexico shelter or integrate the returned migrants.